That one was okay, actually.
Hey! I think I'm the only one on Wi-Fi in my parents' place right now. And that's doing me some favors.
Yeah, your video looked so much better.
That is a weird way to say I'm looking great today, but thank you. I appreciate it. I was out in the sun over the weekend, feeling tan.
Well, it wasn't a comment on your appearance, but you know what?
No. Your video quality
You can
was
take
good. You, on the other hand,
Just don't want to seem like I'm objectifying you, you know? Lucas, you're more than just a pretty face. You've got other things to offer this world.
I know, but sometimes it feels good being a pretty face, you know? Why can't we focus on that more? Maybe.
sometimes I just want to be a himbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be a pretty face with an empty head.
Yeah. Sometimes I just want to run away and become a himbo somewhere. Just leave this complicated world behind.
I'm tired of this world. These people. I forget what the quote is.
You move to like the middle of nowhere, like no one knows your name, whatever, blah blah blah, and you adopt a himbo lifestyle, and then there's like a huge scandal when you're in your late 30s when they find out that like you graduated from college and like like that's the big scandal is like that you're not completely empty-headed and just a pretty face.
Oh yeah, it's all come together.
I'm out there just chopping logs, not for firewood, but because it's a really good core workout.
Does anyone want any wood? I have all this cut wood because I've just been cutting wood. I just love chopping wood. Does anyone want it?
The Fed show.
You referenced the meme, but yeah, Kronk is kind of like full blown. He's portrait of a himbo.
He's
right?
the best example of a himbo.
Yeah, you could throw him in the dictionary as himbo. This is what a himbo is.
Just a nice, buff, pretty, stupid man.
Yeah, with undying loyalty and an affection for children and animals.
Mm-hmm. Just a big old heart because that's where his brain went.
Is that you said big ol' and I was waiting. Yeah, it was a heart.
Yeah,
big ol' heart. That's what you went with.
Himbos don't have to be objectified, Ryan.
I think they do. By definition.
I mean, Kronk would be great in a sack, and not for the reasons you think. He seems like a master of aftercare, like just emotionally fulfilling sex. Hit up Kronk.
Squeak, squeak, squeaking.
It's like that stupid trope where people who speak Spanish, like in dumb romance movies, always end up speaking Spanish while they're having sex. Yeah, Kronk diverts into squirrel language. Oh, speak to me in your native tongue. Squeak, 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 squeakums. Just like, no. God damn it.
Okay, you know what? No transition off of this. Just gotta get into who we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 145th episode of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, recorded on Monday, May 24th, 2021. On the podcast today, we have last week's Instagram boyfriend of the week, Ryan Holtz. That was a great picture of you at Don Cuco's. Yeah.
Don Cuco, Burbank.
Don
Wait,
Cuco, give us money.
But the picture was of him at Don Cuco's taken by his girlfriend. So
yeah.
he wouldn't be an Instagram boyfriend. She would be an Instagram girlfriend.
I'm sorry, I should have clarified. Boyfriend
Gender
on
roles
Instagram
are meant to be reversed.
I didn't know the terminology perfectly. I apologize. That is on me. Also on the podcast today, we have Andrew. Not me. Fucking love my dad. Clark.
I do have a good relationship with my dad.
What's that from?
Metal... What is it?
Metalocalypse.
Metalocalypse.
I
get it. You guys are all fatherless. No, not me. I have a great relationship with my dad. Fucking love my dad. My dad's
I don't know if I'll ever engage with that show beyond like seconds long clips on YouTube, but it seems all right. I'm glad it's getting a movie.
Andrew, isn't that how you watched Invincible?
Yeah.
It's just 10-second clips at a time.
Yeah, they're more like a minute clip at a time. But yeah, I think I have seen more than half of the minutes of the show Invincible through short clips. Yeah. I basically watched it through Quibi.
Yeah. 1 minute at a time. Ooh, you resurrected the concept of Quibi.
Except they were just on YouTube. Which means that Quibi was always meant to die. Because even if they made a good product, which they didn't, even if they made a good product, it was always just going to end up on YouTube. But no, it never ended up on YouTube.
YouTube has pretty strict content guidelines. I think until whatever studio owns the show kind of goes like, fuck it. Like, it's pretty
We've made
impossible to get clips up there.
Yeah. Although, YouTube is still pretty lax about songs on their platform. And I wonder...
Because you can monetize them.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't think any of the Beatles songs on YouTube are uploaded by official Beatles whatever. I think that's...
They're not, but like the rights owners are allowed to either leave them up and then make money off them or have them taken down.
Yeah.
So the rights owners were like, I mean, this video's already got 30 million views. Like, it's only going to get more. Like, how much money is this going to make in a month? Okay, yeah. I'm not going to say no to $30K a month off this one stupid video that this random person uploaded.
And it's one of those things where, I mean, they still post it like this, but back in the day, it would just be, yeah, no, I'm going to upload this without ads. I'm not going to make money off of it. I'm going to put like a disclaimer at the beginning of the video and in the description saying, I don't own this. This is property of blah, 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 blah. And it can still get taken down, but like there's no money being made. But now YouTube just monetizes every single video, whether you consent to it or not. They can put ads on any fucking video they want to. It doesn't matter if the creator decides to. So yeah, you can upload your downloaded copy of some Beatles song and say, I don't make money off of this. And you don't. But they still will.
Yeah. I particularly know this because my first million view video on YouTube was a reposted version of a song by Christian comedian Tim Hawkins, which, stayed up for long enough to get 1 million views and then was subsequently taken down just unceremoniously after like 8 years and now it no longer exists. And all my other videos that I re-uploaded from him are still up, including one that has 224,000 views now. But yeah, they just randomly decided this one's too big now. Bam. Down you go.
I realized the other week that my Jackie Daytona video essay has 324 plays on YouTube, which I know is nothing, but also I am nothing. So that was a nice little surprise to me.
Wait, what was this story? Did you... I thought that was going to have like a cool uplift, but you were just like...
I mean, I'm jazzed about it.
Self-burn from beginning to end.
Hey, 320...
Yeah, then end it like that. Say, I got 320 views, which is not a lot, but you know what? That's 320 people that I reached. That's cool, and like, I had fun making it. But you were like, yeah, is that a lot? No. But also, I hate myself.
Is that a lot? No. But I'm also a piece of shit, so I mean... and it's just like, wait, whoa. That's not where I expected this story
So in the grand scheme of things, it's all gravy.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things... A, the things I make don't matter, and B, I suck. Like, it's like, what the fuck? What just happened?
You gotta look on the bright side. At least I'm a fucking loser.
BTW, I'm Lucas DeRuyter, master storyteller apparently. Always keep you on your toes, never know what's gonna happen next. Many twists.
That was full D&D, subverting expectations. Like, just... Lucas kind of forgot that he has to practice self-care.
Lucas kind of forgot about his self-worth.
Yeah. God damn it.
Fuck it. Jump right into it. News of the week. News that's happening right now. The Bucks are just kind of obliterating the Miami Heat, a team that has been described as scientifically designed to beat the Bucks.
They are a team. So here's the thing: when everyone says that, they're saying it as like a caveat,
right?
Like no one would say the Brooklyn Nets are a team scientifically designed to beat the Bucks because they're just a good team.
Yeah,
like the Miami Heat is a pretty good team that might pose a particular challenge to a team like the Bucks, but the Bucks are still, like, from the beginning they were favored and are still favored now. So yeah, whenever someone says like, "Ooh, this team is particularly suited for beating this team," they are kind of like, it's a backhanded compliment on the first team. Like, you're kind of shitting on them and being like, well, they're not really good, but their strengths match up well against the other team's strengths.
For reference, Lucas is saying that because this weekend, that's what I said when we were watching the Bucks game. I said it's kind of like the Heat were designed specifically to like compete against the Bucks with the way that they're made.
Yeah. And I don't disagree with that statement.
Which
I
is
just
how
think
they
that
kicked
it's
us
always
out of the playoffs last season, and how the first game was such a close fucking call, but now we're just destroying them.
The first game was a fantastic game, though. Like, we played really hard. It was a great back and forth.
Yeah, it was a good
battle.
Game. It was,
and
a
we
nail
shot
biter.
horrendously. So, like, is what it is. Like, we shot like 17% from three. Like, even if we return to the mean, we're killing them. And then, as you can see, when we shoot absolutely lights out in the first half, and Bryn Forbes decides, "I'm a god," then yeah, things get out of hand pretty quick.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't have even brought that up during a live recording while the game was going on for fear of jinxing it, but we were up by 29-30, so yeah, Miami definitely getting into the mindset of, all right, learning experience here. Let's take that, and let's take this and use it going into Game 3.
Yep. I mean, we'll see what happens when the series goes to Miami. Wait, what?
Home court advantage is a real thing.
Okay. Oh wait, okay. When the series is being played in Miami, I thought you meant like they were gonna come back. I thought you were like being.
We'll see what
negative.
happens
when the series
Heat wins,
flips and the Heat comes back. No. When we head down to Miami to play the next two games.
Okay, that's fair.
I think if we take one of those, then yeah, it's over. Like, there's just nothing. But yeah, I mean, if they beat both of them, obviously, brand new series. Who knows?
Yeah.
So.
In premeditated video game news, Overwatch 2 will consist of teams of 5 instead of 6. What the fuck?
It's just the same game. It's the same fucking game. Not in the way that like Call of Duty every year is the same game. This is literally the same game.
Andrew, it is quantifiably less of a game.
Yeah.
Nah.
Smaller teams, yes.
Yeah, why do you think they did that? Like, network issues?
I'm guessing it was more of like a balance thing, that they just figured out that the game worked better with teams of 5 instead of 6, but...
But I mean, I see in the article that it used to be 2-2-2, like 2 supports, 2 damage, 2 tanks.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be 2 support, 2 damage, 1 tank is the de facto combination. But doesn't that lead to so much more room for infighting? Like, that was always...
Yeah.
And there's a fire truck going right outside, but...
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
But, like, doesn't that... Like, in Overwatch lobbies, that's where all the toxicity comes from, is people being like, oh, switch off, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need a tank, we need blah, blah, blah. Like, this is going to make it so much worse now that, like, it's kind of up for grabs, the combination of... like support damage and tanks.
But this is how innovation is bred, Ryan.
This is how toxicity is bred.
Same thing.
Same. Like, there's probably going to be factions breaking out of like, no, it should be 3 damage, 1 support, 1 tank. Like, 1 damage, 3 support, 1 tank.
You fools! I'm already Tracer.
Fucking blast from the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 tanks! Like, I don't know.
Just all support. Just all healers.
Yeah. Just using their ults to, like, revive each other constantly.
I can't die. I'm Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Oh, no.
Oh no. No. I do have some good news, though. We can start a Twitch account after all, because the company clarified, finally, that being sexy isn't against their policies.
What a fucking cop-out.
Yeah. No, Twitch is now, by the way, openly saying, like, when they made the hot tub category, they are like, yeah, we do softcore porn now. Like, this is... It's monetizable. This is what we do now. This is who we are.
This is how
which they're
I
allowed
win.
to do. They're allowed to do that. We'll see what happens with their user base, but they are absolutely allowed to do that. They are a private company. But yeah, it's fucking wild.
Listeners, if it wasn't clear already, every episode of this podcast was recorded with each of us independently being in a hot tub. So I feel like we should be placed into this category posthumously and just rewarded all the monetization of it. We deserve it. We did it before anyone else.
Pornography, sex acts, and sexual services. I'm sorry, but like they are absolutely committing sex acts in these hot tub streams. Like, can I just say, like, it's 100? Not the ones that are literally just sitting in a hot tub in a bikini, but they are. You don't have to go far to find insane shit that they're getting away with on Twitch. Like,
although I'm awful. I saw a headline but didn't have time to click on the article. It's my understanding that this category so far is mostly trolling.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I said, I don't know how the user base is going to respond, but by making this category, they are absolutely being like, we're cool with this.
Yeah.
We love you. We love the money you're bringing to us. Money, please.
Now we're going to TV, please. Andrew has a question for Ryan about Powerpuff Girls? Lay-Sai? What?
Did you just say Lay-Sai?
I don't know. What was the old internet meme?
Not really. I guess lay applies to everything because it was an old internet saying.
Nah.
But, yeah.
I butchered it. I'm sorry.
So,
soiled it.
I can link an article if you guys want to read it, but it's just something I saw on IGN right before the podcast, and so I put it in the planning document. So we all had talked before about what we were sure going to be the abomination that was CW's live-action Powerpuff Girls series, and how terrified we all were of it. And they made a pilot, and it was not ordered to series, but they did order a new pilot with the same cast and crew and everything. Does that mean it was just so horrific that they said, you guys need to make this different? Or was it not horrific enough? And they said, y'all need to fuck us up.
It's, I mean, it's called repiloting, putting something in redevelopment. Like, it happens at least 2 or 3 times a year, like, where a pilot's considered still in consideration. And, yeah, usually it's just like, oh, we like the talent attached. You know, we thought that there's a really good, like, this is a good concept for a series. We still believe in the concept. Probably going to fire the writers. Like, we're going to just redo it, basically.
Tag us in. Tag us in.
Having read the original script now, 'cause I'm a fucking insider.
Oh.
Yeah. if you believe in the concept and believe in the cast that you've put together and assembled, then sure, this is the right option.
Because before it wasn't, this ain't it, fam, basically.
It's a wild fucking script. I'm not allowed to say anything about it, obviously.
I won't ask you about it, but look into my eyes, Ryan.
Script.
Were my worst fears true?
No, it wasn't your worst fears. I don't know how to describe it, honestly.
Okay.
It's some weird shit. To picture it as a live action TV show, yeah, it fucks you up. Like it's weird. It's weird, especially because they had a lot of the cast, so you knew what they all looked like. You knew what the professor looked like, and
oh wait, did they not make a pilot? I thought they made a pilot, and then it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You just haven't seen it.
No,
okay.
no one sees pilots that don't go forward.
Okay,
I
don't know the industry,
proprietary,
which is why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah,
if the pitch of this is accurate to my understanding, like, yeah, I can see why the CW would be confident that this idea could work if executed well. I mean, disaffected people who grew up being superheroes and then that fucked with them and they're not quite sure what to do with all of their emotions. Like, that's hot right now. That's a thing.
And now there's sexy late teen, early 20 somethings just having relationships and
Lucas, I understand
hanging around Coolsville.
Not
Coolsville.
No, what is it?
Coolsville, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Coolsville, Scooby-Doo.
Wasn't it Town City or something like that?
Is it
Townsville? Townsville, yeah.
Coolsville, Townsville.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Canonically in the same cinematic universe.
Accurate, yeah.
Lucas, so you just want this to be sexy No More Heroes.
I don't think you know what No More Heroes is.
Maybe I don't, but...
Here's... No matter what you want it to be, here's what it is going to be. Every other CW teen drama, but they're Powerpuff Girls.
No, I don't want Butters to fuck her teacher.
Or did you just call her Butters?
I did call her Butters.
Wait, it's from South Park?
I meant Bubbles.
I don't know how faithful they'll be to the original script and the original characterization. But yeah, man. It's wild.
Under no circumstances am I watching this show. But I still don't want it to be that.
You don't want it to exist.
Yeah.
All the potential fans, you say to them, pathetic, as you crush their dreams.
Pathetic.
What? I mean, I'm on board for it only if they get weird with it. Like, if there's a season-spanning plot line about how this is taking place 20 years in the future, so the mayor is dead or dying now, and it finally came out that he had an inappropriate sexual relationship with Miss Bellum, the secretary, and it's like, do we let this story print, or do we protect the mayor's legacy? Because he did a lot of great stuff for this community.
Can't the mayor do a lot of great stuff? Wasn't the mayor like a bumbling idiot?
Call me when Buttercup becomes a fucking capo. Because that's a plot in Riverdale.
I don't think Buttercup's not going to be a cop. Buttercup has more like
a capo.
Disaster, lesbian, disaster,
like
bisexual vibes. Yeah.
Like he was talking about like a mob boss.
Oh, okay.
Because that's in Riverdale. Archie joins the mob for a couple of episodes in Riverdale.
You guys keep talking like Buttercup is the leader. Like, come on.
No, Blossom. But Blossom is either an actual cop or becoming disaffected with that is in charge of a gang and doing street justice. You're shaking your head, and I...
No, you're not supposed to say that I'm shaking my head. I can't give you any details.
I'm not asking for the actual details. I'm saying my story. Story. That's how they're shaking out. We can
cut some of this out.
My AO3. This is how we're doing it. Why'd you shake your head, Andrew? Why were you so disapproving of me just then?
Yeah, Andrew, wow, you support your friend when he's pitching ideas for Powerpuff.
You never back me up on my fan fiction.
And it shows. Some of y'all never backed up your friend's fan fiction, and it shows. Goddamn.
Fuck.
Well, that was a fun question. Thank you for asking, Andrew.
You're
Asked
good addition to the
and
planning
answered.
Tight. Open and shut.
Yeah.
It looks like the plot of the second Sonic movie is just the plot of the third Sonic game. Eggman shows up trying to get the Chaos Emeralds and tricks Knuckles into helping him.
The second Sonic movie makes the third Sonic game look like Sonic Mania. I don't know.
Well,
Just Sonic Pitchbot.
good?
Yeah. I think that's...
Alright.
It's like Taken 1 makes Taken 2... Or no, Taken 3 makes Taken 2 look like Taken 1. my favorite version of those. Taken 3 is so bad, Taken 2 seems as good as Taken 1 was. Yeah. Sonic the Movie 2 makes Sonic 3 look like Sonic Mania.
Jesus.
Stick by it.
Also, I think they're
I've
writing
never
James...
played a Sonic game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't need
What do
to.
we do now? What do we do now, boys? What are we gonna do now?
There are better games to play.
Am I a fake gamer? So not a fake gamer?
I mean, I don't like any of the
Depends.
Sonic games I played, so I can't hold it against you.
Are you willing to get in a hot tub?
That's the peak of gaming. I'm about to do what's known as a pro gamer move.
Transcend humanity through gaming.
Bends over to check on the pump or whatever the fuck the move is. Yeah.
You're not a real gamer unless you're dehydrating yourself and surrounded by bacteria.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like visibly going cross-eyed and like slurring your words. I've been in this hot tub for 7 hours.
I've made $43,000 in the last 7 hours.
But I
need to get out, but the money keeps going up.
I've sustained brain damage.
What am I
possibly
supposed to do?
permanent.
Yeah. I can't... I think I've reached the point where I can no longer make rational decisions, so... Someone needs to save me here.
It's like a drunk driver. Like, no one in their right mind would drunk drive, but you're drunk, so you're not in your right mind.
That's the point.
All right, guys. I know people have doxed my home address like a dozen times in chat already. Could one of you please get over here and bring me a bottled water?
Yeah,
I am
if you
dying.
could call 911 to my house right now, I would actually appreciate it this one time.
We're going to do half off subs for the paramedics revive me. Let's go. Let's get that bread.
Let's get that bread.
In other news, Berserk mangaka Kentaro Miura has passed away at the age of 54 due to an aortic dissection. I probably should have looked up the pronunciation beforehand. Apologies. Yeah. Which sucks a lot. He was prolific in the genre, in the medium even, where... Not even the medium, just in fiction. Berserk has influenced countless other pieces of media at this point, and even regardless of that, is a terrific story about dealing with loss, trauma, survivor's guilt, and all around just an utterly fantastic work, both visually and narratively and thematically. There's some discussion about whether or not his estate or the other stakeholders in the series are going to find other people to continue the series, of which there was a lot of mixed opinion, but I'm fine if Berserk never ends. It accomplished everything it set out to do already, I think, and yeah, everything else at this point is gravy, so I'm good. Yeah.
Pour one out for a real one.
Speaking of real ones, we're going into the meme corner.
The memes.
Fuck is this?
Rita Ora and
I was not prepared.
Yeah.
Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson were spotted hanging out with Taika Waititi, and the usual stuff that happens when you're hanging with Taika Waititi happened.
Everyone's just making out with everyone.
Yeah.
There is none of Tessa Thompson making out with Taika Waititi, so I guess that's the conflict of interest, right? They smoothly avoided that.
There are
is
other
there more
pictures
that I'm missing.
Yep.
Did they think that they were private, or was it like a joke?
So the gossip right now is that the three of them are in a poly relationship, but I don't think that's been confirmed anywhere yet.
Sure. But all signs point to yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not
like since when?
No fucking idea. Wait, is Rita Ora Taika Waititi's girlfriend? Okay.
Rita Ora and Taika Waititi are like actually dating.
Okay, I thought it was a different woman that he recently came out as dating, but yeah. And then Tessa Thompson just there doing her thing.
Just an employee of a boss.
Yeah, kissing. Just him and his girlfriend. Yeah. It's weird. Good for them, but weird. I'm not jealous.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tessa Thompson and Janelle Monáe were a thing.
Emphasis on were?
Well, I mean,
just hasn't been linked recently.
They also could just be in an open relationship. Which seems to be going around.
Huh? Listen, man, the pandemic just finished. Everybody's making out with everybody. Nature's healing.
Yeah, rich director making out with his star actress. Nature is healing. I don't know, man.
Just out in the fucking wild.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the throuple. It's like, ooh, I don't know about the power dynamics at play here.
It's it is like free open sex, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Are threesomes cool? Of course they are. When the threesome is with your boss and his wife, then like it's maybe a little weird at the very least.
Yeah, are guys who participated in MFF threesomes the sickest dudes on the planet? Of course. Like,
is two women going down on you at the same time literally every man's dream? Of course it is. We all know these facts to be true.
Is it ecstasy? And if you haven't experienced it, you will never live a full life. Well, of course, but like that's not what we're discussing here.
There's no room for debate in the matter. We all know this.
It's first grade, SpongeBob. Yeah. 80K fam. Some wild shit going on in that picture.
Good for them. Good for them is what I will say as we head into the breakouts. None of us put anything in here because life is wild. Who wants to go first?
Big vampire lady scares me.
Yeah!
Big vampire lady.
Big
Vampire lady,
vampire lady. So I'm playing Resident Evil Village on easy mode, and Jade and I are both very scared of it because we are little baby.
Didn't
video
you say
gamers.
it was less scary? At
Yeah!
one point?
Yeah, and
Than
then it got more scary because the
then it got much
because
worse.
the stalker
Went up a
elements,
couple
like,
of notches.
the stalker mechanics in the game finally came to fruition, and now I can't go around the castle without like the constant fear of opening the door and giant vampire lady being there, or fucking small bug vampire lady being there, or both of them at the same time. And it's, let me tell you, big vampire lady and small vampire lady are not like Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson. You don't want to be in the middle of that. There was a point where
Or do you? According to everyone else on the internet.
yeah. There was a point where Jade and I were in a safe room. We finally got a key. I'm going to sprint across the castle, get to the door where this unlocks, or look where this key unlocks, and get whatever is in there, and then run immediately back to the safe room. And I sprinted through the castle, and the bugs came out, and I knew the small vampire lady was behind me, and she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you and shit. You know, normal vampire lady shit. And then she starts yelling, Mother, Mother, and I burst through the door, and she's right fucking there. And I do a 180, spin around, I'm screaming. And then the bug vampire lady's there, and she bites into my fucking neck. And I push her away, and I turn around, and big vampire lady is there. And she cuts my goddamn head off. And I was just screaming. Because there was nowhere for me to go.
This feels like righteous comeuppance for, when you kind of shit-talked this game a little bit earlier. It's not as scary, like, you know, it's just chill. It's a vibe. And the game has wrought its revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
I'm just playing a piano, trying to figure out the piano cover, and then I hear stupid man thing. 9-foot-tall vampire lady's there, and she kicks my ass.
I'm not gonna
Is
lie.
that canon? They're man haters or whatever the fuck the non SJW term. Would if you were a woman playable character, would they be like chill?
No.
No.
I think they had or have like all women servants, and they drain the women's blood and turn them into like vampire slaves. And then like it's like a thing. They're like, ooh, we haven't tasted man in a while. This is a special treat. Like they don't eat men very often, but they really like it. But they definitely don't like men. They like to eat them.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound like they like women either. throwing that out there, like if I had to choose between getting decapitated and instantly dying, or like slowly being drained and forced to work as a slave, like until I'm dead, I'll take the instant death. Like I'm down for that. Let's move on.
How much of the castle have you seen by now?
I think I've been to almost every, if not every, like actual section of the castle, but there are doors that I haven't been able to unlock. So there's like rooms I haven't been able to get into.
Okay, I'm going to be vague about this then, because I had this spoiled for me and thought it was really cool and kind of funny. Have you seen seemingly the one thing in that castle actually scaled to Lady D's size yet? Okay.
I mean, no?
Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing lights going off. Never mind. Not a thing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Although it is weird that this very wealthy, affluent vampire lady. I'm assuming old money because she's probably ancient. Why didn't she like raise her doors up or anything? Why didn't she retrofit her mansion to fit her giant frame?
I found a note that mentions how she like took over the castle. Yeah, she didn't build it. It was given to her, or she like took it over.
I mean, yeah, but if that had to be a while ago, right? She could have bumped up those doors, taken the ceilings up a couple feet.
Did she get big when she turned into a vampire, or was she a big lady that then turned into a vampire?
I don't know.
There,
I have not solved that riddle yet.
I feel like that's relevant.
I haven't asked her why she's tall.
Have you asked her why she's a
Andrew,
vampire?
that says a lot about you.
Does it?
You know, it's like a bit from I Think You Should Leave or whatever, like with Tim Robinson, where it's just like he crashed his car into a shop and
yes,
he's just like, wow. After all this, like that's all I wanted. Just wanted you to ask what my name was. Like, just we're so caught up in our phones, and he's just like stealing clothes from the stores. He's like monologuing about, wow, Andrew, I think this says a lot about you. You've just been trying to run away from this vampire lady. You never once thought to maybe just ask about her, figure out what her deal is, you know? And I think this is really highlighting what's wrong with our society today.
I'm sorry, I need to go off about that bit for a second. Andrew, if you haven't seen it, if our listeners haven't seen it, the car that Tim Robbins crashes into that suit store is a knockoff Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, it's just a hot dog car. and he's wearing a hot dog costume.
Is that the scene where that like is always going around? It's like we all want to get to the bottom of who's behind this.
And then it comes to him, and he's like, yeah, whoever did this, come out and say so. We promise we won't be mad.
It is.
You should spank his bare butt and balls.
What?
Well, who's going to do the spanking? Well, I'll do it. No one does the spanking. Well, someone's got to do it. No one has to do it.
Fuck.
God damn it.
You totally threw my rhythm.
That's a great show.
Totally
Watch,
threw my rhythm
watch
off
I Think You
bringing
Should
that
Leave
up.
with Tim Robinson.
Is
Yes.
it just a movie?
No, it's a sketch show on Netflix. It's very short.
Mm.
It's like 6 20-minute episodes. Like you can get through it
Gotcha.
in one sitting easily if you wanted to.
Stephen Ewan is in it, and the bit with him at the dinner party is pretty...
Chocolate
Pretty
mud
good.
pies. Without explaining more bits and ruining more of it. If you want to watch it in an altered state of consciousness, you may or may not just be completely changed by this show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth... I mean, I did it in the order of watching it with an altered state of consciousness and then watching it sober later. Both of them were worthy. I don't know what the better order is to watch them in, but it's both times was a blast, that's for sure. So, think SNL if like it was way funnier and like way more offbeat. Like if Auntie Donna did SNL, basically.
It is very
he
much...
did write on SNL for a while, and like
Yeah.
I think he mentioned that a lot of his sketches in the show were just rejected SNL sketches for being too weird. Like it's pretty great.
It is very much SNL by way of Adult Swim. That I think is the best descriptor I can give.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are you checking out, though, now that you're a little more settled in with the move? No? Okay.
I'm no more settled in than I was.
I'm very unsettled.
I'm a mess. I need to find the actor's name. Hold on. It's Sam Richardson. He is also in that show. I think you should leave it to Tim Robinson. He plays a few characters, actually. He plays the host of the I don't know what it is. Is it cutest baby or just best baby competition? He's also in the Scrooge sketch. Oh shit! More bad stuff just happened. I think he's in others too. Him and Tim Robinson did a show together called Detroiters. I watched the first few episodes of that. Pretty good. Like I might consider or might keep watching that too. So that's something that I've started watching somewhat recently. That's pretty funny. Still haven't watched Last Chance U basketball. Haven't finished that yet. Still haven't seen who wins, like COVID or this team that I'm following. What else I got? I finally played my Madden game after a while. Had a very close call. Won by 1 point with like 20 seconds left in the game. Because I had a superstar development challenge, Andrew, and needed to allow less than 100 passing yards and made a big mistake. Basically, I was up 8-7. I had the opportunity to basically just run out the clock and win the game. There's like 1:50 left. It was easy peasy. I was about to win. They had no timeouts or whatever. But I also had a challenge because my number one wide receiver was really mad at me because he's like, yo, I'm not getting enough targets. Never mind the fact that he's like leading the NFL in touchdowns and is totally getting enough targets. Madden's broken. It's hilarious. So I needed to get him 5 catches. But when my challenge is to have the other team pass for less than 100 yards, I always basically just run the clock out. Like I'll intentionally go down so that I can burn more clock. So I'm running the ball basically nonstop. And so I didn't have any. He only had like 3 catches. So I needed to get him 2 more catches. And I was up 8-7, 1:50 left. They didn't have any timeouts. I could kneel the ball if I wanted to and end the game. But I was like, I want to complete that challenge too. So tried throwing it to him. Immediately threw a pick 6. So then, and they completed the 2-point conversion. So now I'm losing by 7. With getting the ball back with like 1:40. I have all 3 timeouts, but I have to go down. You're gonna be really pissed off at the way I handled it too, Andrew. I worked my way down pretty easily. It was cakewalk with 3 timeouts. Scored the touchdown with like 20 seconds left. And then I had a decision to make.
Yeah.
The other team's quarterback was at 97 yards. If he got to 100, I fail the challenge and my corner doesn't achieve superstar development. If I kick the extra point, it's almost guaranteed that the other team is going to get to 100 yards and I'm not going to get the superstar development challenge. So my other option is to go for 2. And if I miss it, I lose my first ever regular season game. And my only game to the CPU ever. And if I make it, glory, I win and I get all of my challenges. I get the Dimitri Hurts, my number 1 receiver challenge. I get my cornerback challenge and I win. I get all of it. If you know me, that's too tempting. So I fucking dialed up a money play and punched in the 2-point conversion to win by 1 point. And I got all of it. I escaped with all of it. Everything I wanted.
Except if I would have done that, I would have fumbled it at the goal line and they would have run it back.
You wouldn't have been in that same position, let's be honest. Too many things would have happened by that point that it all would have fallen apart. Yeah. It was hubris. Hubris almost got me. Because there is, a certain just element of randomness. I could go for the 2-point conversion, and my wide receiver could just drop the pass. Like, there's like a 10% chance that I play it perfectly, have a wide open guy, throw it to him, and it just goes off his hands and into the ground, and then I lose. Like, there's literally uncontrollable elements there. And I was like, but I want it all. Like, I'm good at this game. I want everything. I don't want to choose. And, worked out.
So, hearing that just roller coaster of a virtual football game. I heard this question and answer posed on another podcast, and I wanted to run it past you guys. Is the best game of football during any given week of like a week in football's best game better than whatever the best football movie is?
What?
What do you mean better? I guess it's going to get subjective pretty quick. I feel like.
Is that more intense? Is that more thrilling? Does the best football game of the week have a better narrative arc than whatever you want to claim is the best football movie?
If you like the sport.
Okay.
I think if you're a football fan, then yeah, probably, because I don't know of a single football movie where they don't just win in the end. Like, that's how it ends. You win the game. Like, they win the big one.
I mean, kind of Rudy.
Overcome their challenges.
Kind of Rudy, they don't. But
Kind of we are, Marshall. Like, they win a game.
Would you call either? I guess maybe Rudy, but like Rudy, he gets the tackle. Like,
right.
That's the ending.
He contributes.
Yeah, he played for Notre Dame.
I
don't think either of those are the best football movie. I
No.
think it has to be Remember the Titans.
Oh no,
like,
you said like
by default
games where they don't win. Like that's what we were saying. Like games.
Oh
Where
no, I agree.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm thinking of like the good ones in my head, like
No.
Any Given Sunday or, fucking
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
It's got to be Remember the Titans, right?
I
Best
feel like
football
it's
movie.
by default.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans, like it is just the best one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a really strong argument for any other one. I would say like Last Chance U. There was some seasons of Last Chance U that I think rival, but that's just because it's a documentary. You know, like
That's
you're
fair.
watching actual football. You get the actual football drama while also getting like the character arcs and like knowing all the people involved in that football drama. Like, so that would be maybe where you could rival it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Documentaries are a dimension I had not considered in this one. That is enlightening. Okay.
Yeah. No, watch Last Chance U and you get the like, oh shit, look at like, oh my god, everything's on the line. Like this dude, there's a scout in the stands. This is his only chance at any sort of scholarship. Like this is the only way out. I know like where his hometown is. He lives in like one of the poorest counties in the United States in Florida. Like if he goes back there, he is absolutely going to fall victim to, you know, what society has led him to believe is his only way out. He needs this scholarship even if it's only D2, and then watch him fucking do a front flip over a guy into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown, and it's like, oh my god. Like, yeah, that's everything. That gets all of it. That gets the football drama and the like plot lines. So what I'm saying is you guys should watch Last Chance.
Fair. I will add that to the to-do list as soon as I finish up Nier Replicant, which I'm getting there. Finished 2 more endings in that one. Got a little weird, and now I'm on the 5th and final ending that is this remake exclusive content where I'm playing as the hot intersex lady now, which that's fun. Yeah.
And then it got weird.
So, I don't know if I ever explained this, but when the original version of this game, the version of this game that came out in 2010, there were 2 versions of it. One released in Japan, where you're playing as, like, an anime boy, and one that came out in the US, where you're like a 40-year-old dad. Some of the events of this game are weird and don't make a lot of sense if you're a 40-year-old dad. Like, and maybe it's because, like, I'm coming to this game from the remake's perspective, where you're playing as the kid and then later young adult, but, like, in the first half of the game, you're just like running around helping people because you're a spunky, plucky do-gooder, and like, man, you just want to help your community, and like, I don't know how that translates when you are a gruff 40-year-old man whose forearms are as big as your biceps. Like, I don't know. And then also in one of the endings, the hot anime lady, turns out she was into you, and you briefly kiss before you stab her heart and kill her. She's totally down for it, by the way. She wanted you to do that. And like, that's kind of okay in this version because you're like roughly the same age. Even though when he first meets her, he was like 16.
The murder is okay because they're the same age.
I was talking about the kiss, but okay, fair. But in like, I don't know. And maybe this is me projecting, but in like the version where it's a 40-year-old guy, it's like, man, you're like 45 now. She's maybe 22. She could literally be your daughter. Maybe back off of this, DiCaprio. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. Enjoying it, though. I'm enjoying the narrative of it. The actual playing the game part of playing this game had gotten pretty exhausting. But now that I'm on the new shit, Kane has a totally different moveset than the character you're playing as for most of the game, which will hopefully be refreshing. But yeah, had gotten really, really just button mashy to get through everything until now. Speaking of button mashing, we're going to talk about a movie based on a game where you do a bunch of that in the group chat.
Mortal Kombat! Da, 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 da.
Test your might.
I didn't play this game at all as a kid.
Me neither.
I have no frame of reference for Mortal Kombat. And then Lucas and I saw it at a drive-in movie theater this weekend.
I played Mortal Kombat the way God intended.
Lucas was at-
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I saw Andrew's Instagram and I was like, oh, Andrew's at a drive-in. And then I saw Jade's Instagram. Oh, Jade's at a drive-in. That's a nice date night. And now I learned Lucas was there too.
I mean, Jade was only kind of at the drive-in for like 4/7 of that drive-in experience.
Yeah.
She tapped out pretty quick into Mortal Kombat.
Jade fell asleep. So it was a double feature. Lucas came down to Madison before he makes the big move into his into the afterlife in California. And we're like, all right, let's find some stuff to do this weekend. And there's a drive-in movie theater that Jade and I like to go to every once in a while. I was having a double feature this weekend. Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat. So I said, okay, we have to go. And we did. And Jade was like, yay, I'm excited. I love drive-in movie theater food.
Good start.
She had no interest in she had no interest in Godzilla vs. Kong. And she fell asleep during the movie for part of it. And she's like, yeah, I hate this movie. I don't like it at all. But Jade played Mortal Kombat a lot as a kid, apparently. So she was stoked to watch Mortal Kombat. Fell asleep 15 minutes into the movie. And then, I woke her up. I'm like, Jade, you're missing the movie. She's like, I'm cold. I'm going to watch it in the car. It'll be warmer in the car. And then she went in the car and immediately fell asleep. And then the movie got done. And I opened the door. I'm like, all right, well, wake up.
Do you pay by the car or do you pay
per person?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It's a little pricey. $10 a person.
Buddy, $10 a head is cheaper than any other given movie theater.
Sure, but drive-in movie theaters,
but the experience sucks.
They're usually cheaper.
Yeah. Old movies, and also the sound is garbage, and the picture is not as good as a real movie.
There was a lot of glare.
Yeah, a lot of glare. Sound was garbage. It's part of the experience. I mean, But also,
No, I'm
but
not
also
saying
these
it's
were new,
a worthless experience.
But these were new
Right.
movies.
It's just
also.
that's why it's cheaper.
Yeah. Last time Jade and I went, we saw a double feature of Jaws and Jurassic Park, which was kind of a fucking blast. Even though,
Yeah, well, because those are good movies.
yeah, those
Yeah.
are great movies, but like you go to a drive-in movie theater either because you like the kitschy.
The food.
Yeah, the food. Yeah, you like the kind of aesthetic, cutesy, like, drive-in movie theater, this is fun, this is different. Or because it's cheap. This one wasn't cheap.
Or because it's a global pandemic.
Yeah. But no, like, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel bad about paying like $5 extra.
Yeah.
Also, we saw the Starlink satellites. Like the 50 or so. Yeah, no, I can hear the dog.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
We were watching the movie, and one of the string of Starlink satellites went overhead. There was like 50 something. I forget it was 52 or 59 that they said were in that string, and everyone started freaking out because they had no idea what it was. Just a perfect straight line of what looked to be low flying lights that you couldn't hear. And I had never fucking seen those things before. I didn't know what they were. Kind of thought maybe it was like a weird drone party. And people were freaking out, including Jade.
Yeah, it was wild until we all figured it out. What was more wild, though, was the dude who came over to us, who was like, he didn't want to be the one to throw out, yo, shit, is that aliens? Are we seeing aliens right now? But he really wanted us to say, hey, man, I think we're seeing aliens right now.
He came over and he's like, what the hell is that, guys? And like, do you guys know what it is? Maybe it's something, like, not even like saying what it was. And Jade's like, well, there's an Air Force base, like maybe it's like a weird formation of planes. No, those aren't fighter jets. I know that. And Jade's like, well, maybe it's a drone event. And he's like, I think I would have heard if there were drones. And then we're like, okay, well, he's like, it's a little spooky, and then like left. And then we figured it out. We're like, oh yeah, it's the SpaceX satellites. And then he came over, like, hey guys, just calm down. It's SpaceX satellites. We're like, thanks.
We were calm.
Thanks, bud.
You weren't. Yeah. I mean, everyone's on edge, right?
Yeah.
Like, the Pentagon, is like, nah, this shit's real. Like, we don't know what it is, obviously. Like, it's a UFO in the actual definition of a UFO. Like, it is an unidentified flying object. But there's a lot of them, and we've seen a lot of them, and they're different shapes, and they are confirmed. Like, these aren't just whack jobs. This is us, and we're like, yeah.
My theory there is
there.
because it's the CIA and like the Pentagon and the Navy like that are coming out like, yeah, like we're here to tell you all that this is real. Not like they requested some information and they had to begrudgingly give it up. They're like, everyone, look, this is real. So my theory is they just made this shit up to try to drive Biden to giving them a bigger defense budget. Oh, Biden, you better give us $13 trillion more because China's got fucking flying saucers, bitch.
Well, when's the full report due? Isn't it like June 14th or something?
I think so.
That's like the congressional report.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is what we think. So, who knows, fam? They're not just saucers. There's like pyramids. There's there's some weird shit. So, I don't know.
And that's our review of the Mortal Kombat movie.
we didn't talk about the movie at all.
It's okay.
That was you reviewed it by omission.
I mean,
we know your thoughts on the movie.
It was all right.
It's the Seinfeld joke, right? The like, we went out to dinner, we had a nice lobster bisque, went back home, yada yada yada, and he left in the morning. And just wait, you just yada yada sex? Like, you can't yada yada the best part and just I mentioned the bisque. You just yada yada Mortal Kombat. You can't yada yada the best part. Oh, I mentioned the Starlink satellites.
I just want to say a note to future screenwriters: don't make your comic relief character a racist misogynist and have him do a heel turn into more outright villainy.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because he was the only... so, I think the movie was all right. Like, it was what you want out of a Mortal Kombat movie. It wasn't supposed to be high art. And, like, I think they kind of nailed the whole one-on-one fights and the moves and just the feeling of, that shit.
It really makes you feel like a Japanese Iceman who does kung fu.
But yeah, there's one character named Kano who, while yes, a racist misogynist, was definitely the best acted of the bunch and kind of the only interesting character, and was definitely set up as he doesn't appreciate any of this shit, but then he kind of gains his power and will eventually have some character development and, be a good guy. Nope, just like, I did it for money, and then betrays all of them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Also, the Bucks just won.
Ooh.
Hooray!
34.
Fuck.
Now we go to Miami.
4 to win the series, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm feeling a sweep.
Charles Barkley put it up on the board during the halftime show that the Bucks were going to sweep.
Ooh.
Well, if Gnarls himself did it, then...
Gnarls Barkley. Jesus Christ. Wasn't that 2 people? It was a band. Gnarls Barkley was a band, right?
Yeah.
It was CeeLo and someone else.
I think CeeLo and then like the DJ basically.
No, Jesus. CeeLo and the DJ sounds like a morning show duo. Radio. It's time for your weekly traffic report from CeeLo and the DJ.
Once again, CeeLo not in today. He took his money and ran because it turns out he was going to be a problem if he stuck around for too long.
He the DJ's name is Danger Mouse.
Oh, he's supposed to be good, right?
Yeah, he made the Grey album, which combined vocal performances from Jay-Z's The Black album with instrumentals from the Beatles' The White album.
Okay.
Performed Gnarls Barkley. Produced the second Gorillaz album, Demon Days.
Oh.
That's where I know him from, yeah.
Yeah. Wrote a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs. Nora Jones, A$AP Rocky.
Jesus.
This man's got
Nora
range.
Jones and A$AP
This
Rocky.
dude has some fucking range.
This dude made songs for Nora Jones. And then fucking drove across town and fucking made records with A$AP Rocky. And Adele. And then would hop on a puddle jumper, land in the UK, and make an Adele track. Yeah.
Can we also talk about how apparently Jay-Z, one of the more iconic rap artists of, the last couple decades, maybe ever, his songs have been spliced into both Linkin Park and apparently the Beatles. Because why not?
Well, that was an actual collab, Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an official collab. The Encore Part 2. Numb Encore. Yeah. This one was definitely an unofficial fan cut that Danger Mouse made to kind of get his break in 2004.
Just like Topher Grace got his break into movie editing.
That's what I was about to say. When he cut the
Hobbit into
Star
one
Wars
movie.
Oh yeah, he did the Hobbit, but also I think the Star Wars prequels into one coherent narrative. And
Yeah.
What a fucking dude. That's a weird hobby to pick up. You know what? Cool.
I mean, his Hobbit cut down never went public. Neither did his Star Wars cut down. I did watch the one that's out there of the Hobbit, the super version. That's 4 hours long. It's not good. It's better, but it's 100% better and removes a lot of the pacing issues. But pacing wasn't the only problem with the Hobbit movie. is the issue, I think. The characters, I think, were definitely problem number one for me. You can't have 10 dwarves and have them be functionally identical, serving the same purpose when they're on numbers 3 through 11 in most important characters to the narrative. I don't. What are we supposed to care about? Oh, the fat one rolls around in a barrel sometimes. The twins, they work together. Oh, the bald one is tall. It's dumb.
I get it, Tolkien. You need a couple of jobbers. You need a couple of jobbers in the narrative, just so that when shit gets really real, it's clear how much the main characters are stepping up. But 10 is too many.
I don't think it's Tolkien's fault. I don't think he wrote that expecting, in the year 2013, a filmmaker's gonna greedily make my book into 3 movies. My man was just out there trying to write a good story, and it was a short one at that, and he didn't even know that the Lord of the Rings was gonna be a thing. And then someone went, we could make a lot of money. What if we took a book that was shorter than each of the Lord of the Rings books and stretched it into 3 different movies?
Surely,
great.
Surely no one will take my book about the dangers of lusting after wealth and excess and turn it into a cash cow. Surely not.
Yeah. No, I love to write about the themes of the dangers of technology and how that can enable people's greed. Good thing I'm writing it in this just physical medium, just on a good old pen and paper, and that's how people will consume it, just on pen and paper. Technology won't bastardize this at all.
A medium relatively unchanged in the past 1,000 years, except more people can engage with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't find a way to make a television show that includes none of my original content, created by the only corporation that exists at the time.
Hey, some of this stuff's definitely going to be drawn from the Silmarillion.
Just going to jot
The
this.
Silmarillion doesn't have dialogue. It's not going to be
It's not a story.
an adaptation. It's a story. It's the Bible. It's literally the Bible, but Lord of the Rings. It's a story. It's not and then Morgoth said. It's very much so it was told that in the age of that Serembor went forward into the men of Numenor and spake thusly,
And it was good.
I'm not gonna lie, I could go for a Lord of the Rings mini-series that's just the cosmic shit. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's endless material in the Silmarillion. You could do, just the interesting stories of the Silmarillion as short TV episodes, just an anthology series of all right, here's and 3-parter for when the rings were forged or whatever, and how that shit went down, and all that stuff. So
hell yeah. And thank you all so much for listening to episode 145 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, almost assuredly titled, This Is What Himbo Is. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube, where we upload fantastic highlight clips. Also, check us out on TikTok, where we are working out the kinks on uploading highlight clips. Gonna be TikTok famous. They're trying to suppress us because we swear a lot, but we're gonna be TikTok influencers. Blue link in the description down below if you want to help a collection of great causes. Support us on Patreon and join the likes of the terrific Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and sensual Richard Nixon. Email us your questions and business opportunities, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter for updates @V2_podcast, and follow me on Twitter @LucasTheWriter to keep up with all of my writing. Got a good one coming down the pipeline soon, so watch out for that bad boy. I know what you're all thinking. I can't wait either. Of course, though, have a fantastic week, and good luck with whatever you got going on.